I hope all of you are fit and fine and you all are safe at your home. Now let me share my screen and let me share the agenda for today's lab. And one more thing, you must be knowing that till further instruction, your lab is going to be of 1 hour only. But if you have any doubt after 1 hour, or if you are doing any coding and if you need the faculty's help, the faculty will be there to help you. But as far as teaching is concerned, officially it will be of 1 hour, right? So we are going to plan accordingly. So let me just share my screen and discuss today's agenda. You must be knowing that we have started with concurrency chapter in the syllabus, and we are not having any kind of tutorial for that concurrency. So let us plan it in a way which we have already completed, or which we can do it without theory as well, right? Because we are not in the sync with tutorial list and your syllabus, because they have not provided the tutorials for each and every unit. So we are a little bit out of sync with this too. I hope I'm audible properly, and also my screen is visible. Okay, Vicky, thank you. So this is your syllabus, and just as per my record, we have completed program number 15th and program number 22 last time. Yes, is it 15 and 22 correct? Right, right. So we are moving ahead, fine. And and one more thing, I'll be messaging you in the group as well, and I'll be letting you know in tomorrow's session as well that in the next week I'll be asking you to uh, show me any of the program which we have completed so far, guys, because there will be only few students which I know, I'm sure that they are doing, but I cannot be so sure about all of you. So I just wanted everyone to do at least something. As it is an online mode, we have to cross check frequently that yes, you are doing. Only copy pasting and executing the code from the book or from the resource, that will not help you unless and until you do some fruitful task by yourself. So as far as today's lab is concerned, what we will be doing is we will be completing the program number 16th and 17th. Rest of the program we cannot do it right now unless and until we come across that particular unit, because just giving the code and you just execute, and that is not my aim, right? So let us understand that in theory. So 16th and 17th we can do today. Rest we need file handling and the JSF and everything, so we will not be Java FX, so we will not be touching that code. So let us understand. Now I will not be doing 16th program from scratch. I'll be doing it from the syllabus, and we need to solve this program number 16th. Let me just start my Zoom, and let us discuss program number 16. So program number 16 says that write a program that prompts the user to enter a decimal number and displays the number in fraction. Right, so it's a very simple definition. It says that you have to take input in floating point number, that is 7.5 and 2.8 and whatever decimal, and you just have to show, you have to split, uh, you have to divide the number in decimal as well as in fraction part. That is what it is, right? So read the decimal number, what they have provided with the hint as well. Read the decimal number as a string, extract the integer part and the fractional part from the string, right? So let me just give you what should be the output and input from your end. So when I write, what should be your input? Your input should be, let's say I'm writing 10.5. User is entering 10.5. Of course that will be in the form of string. right? Once it is done, your output should be what you should give the output, that integer part is equal to 10 and fraction part is equal to 5. This should be your output, right? So how to proceed, that you have to tell me. Think for a minute and let me know how you are going to proceed for this particular code, program number 16. Fine. So how you will be doing? Any idea, guys? Any idea from your side?
Yes, ma'am.
Just a second, just a second. Yes, tell me, tell me.
Ma'am, we will count the number of digit till dot, and
Okay.
we will just print that this is the integer part, and after that, after dot, it will be a fraction part.
Okay, so this is the first option which Rahul gives, that what you can do, you can count the number of, as you are inputting the number in the form of a string, you can count the characters till dot, and as soon as the dot will come, that particular thing will be the integer part, and after dot again you have to collect all the characters, and that will be your fraction part. Is it, Rahul? I think I have understood your logic properly.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so this is first way. This is one way which you can do, but this will be little bit complex, or you will be you'll need character array, you need to have a length, you need to have loop, so many things. Of course, this is a way, and you will be getting the output for sure. But can we use some of the features which Java provides? As Vicky has correctly mentioned, we have one split function in Java, which is actually splitting one string into multiple parts based on the splitting parameter. And yes, Rahul, you can go ahead if you want to go in that direction. That's completely fine. And actually, if you say that is actually a coding, your coding will be improved in that kind of uh, uh, approach if you are choosing, right? But along with the coding, you should also know that how to reduce the effort and get the output, right? What is the smart way of doing that, right? So which will be the split you okay, Vicky has already given the answer. You split using dot. So our splitting parameter will be dot. Based on the split, you will be splitting the a string 10 and 5, right? Now tell me, what will your split function returns? What will be the return type of split function? What will be the splitting? Okay, you all are half correct. Half correct. I should not say correct. Okay, string is fine, but that is half answer. I want complete answer. What will be the return type of split? String is half correct. I've given the hint. I'll give the second hint if you are not able to give me the answer right now. Okay, tell me, if I split with the help of anything, in how many parts your split function is going to divide? Minimum. Forget about this program. Yes, minimum there will be 2 parts of the particular string when we use split. Now, can one string variable, one string object can hold 2 values? One string object can hold 2 values? No, of course not. So how many uh, string variables I need to store two parts? Of course, 2. I need two string objects to store 2 parts. Now, is it always necessary that your split function is going to divide it into only 2 parts? When we were discussing that split function, we have discussed this. It is not necessary. Yes, correct. It is not necessary that your split function will divide only in 2 parameters. It depends on the string which you are using, and it depends on the split parameter you are using, the number of divisions. Now tell me what will be the return type of string. Split. What will be the return type of split? I have almost given you the answer. Almost. I just exactly, Vicky. Exactly. Very good. Your return type of the split function will be string array. Justified? Agreed, everyone? Why we need string array? Because we don't know that in how many subdivisions your split is going to return. Right, so it is always better to have an empty array, that is only square bracket, and dynamically your split is going to provide the indexes or provide the values inside the array. Fine, so I'm giving you 10 minutes. I want from your side, I want at least 2 to 3 students to show me the output, or if you're stuck somewhere, then let me know. I'll help you out, but at least I want 2 3 students to uh, show the code right now. Right, so I'm just giving you 10 minutes. Do it quickly, guys. This will not take more than 5 minutes actually, if you have understood everything. So after 5 minutes, I want to go to the next program so that we can achieve the target for today's lab. We have now less number of labs with us. If your semester ends on 30th April, if right now we are having semester end on 30th April, so if this end is not going to change, then we have less number of labs, so we have to complete properly. I want to complete every program properly. So I want to complete two programs, one first this and second 17. Fine. So just giving a till time till 2:20. I want it's 2:14 in my watch. Time till 2:20. Let me know how much you can do, and if you are able to show me the output, that's great. So I'm here to help you out. Just let me know once you are ready. Okay. Okay. Fine. completed anyone? Just let me know once you are ready. I cannot wait for more time, guys, because we have only 1 hour lab session from now on, and I want to complete the next one also. So just let me know once you are ready. Okay, Abhiraj, share your screen.
Okay, ma'am.
No need to make it complex. Do step by step. It will be easier for you initially. Once you are having a grip on the programming language, then you do multiple things in one line. But right now, when you are practicing learning, it's always better to go for simplicity. Right. So, are you sharing your screen? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, your screen is visible. So, I'm just, can you magnify it a little bit?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, it's visible.
Yeah, no, it is not visible. So please magnify it. Use magnifier from your Windows. So in search, type magnifier. Yeah. Yes, now it is visible. And what you do is, no, maximize. Okay. Now what you do is, you are taking the, where you are actually taking the value. Okay, you need not to have, see Abhiraj. First of all, you need not to have a string array with decimal, DEC. Right, you are getting only one string value, that is 10.5 or 7.2, whatever you are entering. At that time array is not required. And do remember, input.nextLine returns one single string. So why to take
Yes,
array?
ma'am.
Why to take array at that place, right? And when to use string line and when to use when to use next line and when to use next. When you want a string with multiple words including spaces, at that time it is better to use string line. But when you are only interested in one word, it is always better to use next. Right, so what you should do is, first of all you should remove that square bracket. Remove that square bracket. Yeah, remove that.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Now remove that dot split also. Let's make it simple. Remove that space. Remove that space function. Correct. Remove that dot also. Okay. अभी next line में से next कर दो. क्योंकि why I am telling you to use next, because if you are using a line, you may need to flush the buffer of you may need to flush the stream if it is full, right? So it is always better to use next. Line निकाल दो. Line word जो है ना वो निकाल दो. अभी क्या आया, आपने सिर्फ इनपुट लिया है और कहाँ लिया है, एक स्ट्रिंग वेरिएबल में. ठीक है, अभी आपको क्या करना है, ये जो स्ट्रिंग वेरिएबल है उसमें वैल्यू होगी 10.5. लेट्स से 10.5. आई वांट टू स्प्लिट दैट एंड रिटर्न समवेयर. ठीक है, तो अभी नेक्स्ट टाइम में लिखो स्ट्रिंग एरे. स्ट्रिंग एरे मतलब स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट. स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट करो. यस, इक्वल्स टू अभी आपको जो वेरिएबल है आपका DEC, उसको स्प्लिट करना है. ठीक है, सो व्हाट यू विल बी राइटिंग, DEC डॉट वॉट एवर वैल्यू इज देयर इन DEC, लिखो DEC डॉट, लिखो स्प्लिट.
Yes.
स्प्लिट, यस. हाँ, फर्स्ट वाला एंटर कर दो. हाँ, ब्रैकेट करो. इट्स अ फंक्शन, सो ब्रैकेट करो. हाँ, इसमें लिखो, आई एम जस्ट राइटिंग इन द चैट बॉक्स, यू राइट इट इन दैट वे. I want to split with the help of dot. ठीक है, so go there and write accordingly. Yes. राइट, सेमीकोलन करो पीछे.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
हाँ अभी हुआ. एक्चुअली आई थिंक नेटवर्क स्लो है तो आपने कर दिया होगा, लेकिन यहाँ पे नहीं. ओके ठीक है. अभी क्या हुआ, आपने स्प्लिट कर दिया. your two figures 10 and 5 are there in your AR array. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
अभी AR ये array है तो उसमें इंडेक्स होगा 0 और 1. कितने कितने सबस्ट्रिंग इसमें से मिलेगी हमें? 10.5 को मैं स्प्लिट करूं तो कितने में डिवाइड होगी? 2 में. तो फर्स्ट एरे ऑफ 0 में क्या होगा?
एंड 1 में 0.5.
नहीं, एरे ऑफ 0 में 10 होगा और एरे ऑफ 1 में सिर्फ 5 होगा, 0.5 नहीं, क्योंकि पॉइंट से तो आप स्प्लिट कर रहे हो, तो पॉइंट विल नॉट बी इंक्लूडेड. इज इट क्लियर?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, point
Yes, ma'am.
will not be included. So AR of 0 will be having 10, AR of 1 will be having 1. Sorry, 5. So just now no need to use if and everything. Just use two statements. String system.out.println integer part is AR of 0 and fractional part is AR of 1. That's it. Your program is over. Got it, Abhiraj? Just you have to add now system.out.println two statements and you'll be getting the output. AR of 0. Actually, I think the network is a little bit not in sync, so I'm not okay. AR of 0. Yes, and write the message that integer part is equal to AR of 0. यहाँ AR के आगे जाओ.
क्या मैम? मैम
हाँ, AR के आगे आगे मतलब A के आगे नॉट पीछे, आगे. हाँ, यहाँ पे लिखो डबल कोटेशन में इंटीजर पार्ट इज अभी कोटेशन के बाद प्लस करो. आई वॉन्ट टू कनकेट, राइट? आई वॉन्ट टू कॉन्केट. अभी हो गया?
yes, ma'am.
अभी ऐसे ही फ्रैक्शनल पार्ट इज AR of 1. करेक्ट.
Now run it, ma'am.
Yeah, run it. So enter a number. What is the thing? Integer part is 10.
10.56.
10.56. Integer part, how can it be 10.56? आप वो स्प्लिट फंक्शन दिखाओ आपका.
Yes, ma'am.
यहाँ पे डॉट लिखा है, क्या लिखा है?
Yeah, ma'am.
हाँ,
Yes, dot, ma'am.
it should work. ओके, वापस करो तो एक बार. Yesterday only I did in other batch. It was working. Okay, okay. Array index out of bounds. इसमें प्रॉब्लम हो रही है. जाओ वापस कोड में.
Ma'am, I'm also getting the same problem.
Just a second. Just a second. Actually, it should work. AR of 1, it is not getting. यहाँ पे ये डेसिमल को प्रिंट कराओ तो स्ट्रिंग DEC के बाद system.out.println करके. लेट्स चेक व्हाट इज ये इनपुट डॉट नेक्स्ट है ना, उसके बाद system.out.println करो.
Here, ma'am. Ma'am,
यस,
here.
ओ सॉरी सॉरी, हमने शायद स्लैश गलत किया है. जस्ट अ सेकेंड. यहाँ पे स्प्लिट है ना, स्प्लिट.
Yes,
हमने
ma'am.
स्लैश, ये फॉरवर्ड स्लैश नहीं आएगा, बैकवर्ड स्लैश आएगा क्योंकि ये एस्केप सीक्वेंस है. हाँ, तो वहाँ पे बैकवर्ड स्लैश कर दो. करेक्ट. अभी हो जाएगा. करो.
Yes, ma'am.
आ गया?
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है. आई थिंक who was getting the same error?
Ma'am, I was
Vicky.
getting Vicky.
Yeah, just do it. No, just do this
Yes,
change.
ma'am, got the output.
Okay, great.
Got the output, ma'am.
Okay, very good. So just update me, everyone. So Chandan, Vicky, and Abhiraj has updated me. What about the rest? Are you getting everyone? Okay, Amit is doing. Okay, fine. Very good. So majority of you are comfortable with this code. So let us proceed with the next code from my side. Very good, Brajesh, Ashish, Sonu, very happy. Now let me.
Ma'am, we can also do it without using split function.
Yeah, of course. If you want to do it manually, you can very well do it. That's no issue. Here it is not mentioned to use any kind of method or way to do it. So you can choose your own way. That's fine, perfectly. So have you any another way to show, Rahul? Or you are doing? Okay, is my screen visible, everyone? I'm having a network issue right now. Is it visible? Yes, I think now it should be visible.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, let's move on to the next program, that is program number 17, and actually it's a game, right? You might have created a game. Yes?
Ma'am, I have one question. Ma'am, why we use double backslash in split function?
Yeah, because sometimes you have, you know that escape sequence?
Yes, ma'am, I know.
Yeah,
Ma'am,
so
backslash
escape,
and backslash.
backslash T and N and different we are using. Now your split function actually accepts a regular expression. Regular expression, you know, regular expression. You will be learning this regular expression in your next to next semester, I think, in your theory of computation subject, where you are actually which you are describing a generic expression. So let me give you one simple example of regular expression. Just a second. Let me search it, and it will be helpful for you. Regular expression. Let me search an easy expression for you so that it will be. Okay, I got it. See, this is a simple kind of an expression. This is a Z3. Now, this is an expression I have written in a chat box. This is an expression, this is called a regular expression, which is telling you that you should have a string which contains minimum 3z in an expression. 3z in an expression. Let me give you another one. Now what does this mean? What does this mean? Can anybody get an idea? Z3, 6. This is a kind of a regular expression or generic expression. Can anybody tell? This is what minimum three number of z in an expression, in a string, right? So can anybody tell me this? What it will be? It is a regular expression which is saying that there should be minimum. Oh, sorry. No, but I'm written in a chat box. I'm not showing anything. So this is a string which is containing a little bit different wiki, not exactly out of 6. It is saying that the string should contain minimum 3z and maximum 6z in a string. Right, so these are kind of a regular expression or generic expression which tells something about your string, right? So when you write double backslash, if you write a single dot, it means a character. But your split function accepts a regular expression. So what it is doing, that when you write something like this, double backslash dot, right? It means that your string can contain anything with anything and dot. Are you getting? Vicky, I think I'm clear now.
Yes, ma'am.
So instead of, because your split function accepts a regular expression. Now you must be wondering, यहाँ पे आप लिखोगे, यहाँ पे मैं I'm closing. If you write something like let me show you this. If you have a split function, we have used the split function here. So this is a kind of a regular expression. The string can contain anything with plus, minus, multiply or divide. This we have done, right? Similarly, if you see like this, str or rather exp dot split, exp dot split. Just a second. You see, can you see? This is going to accept a regular expression, and that's why we need to provide in that way, not only dot, because if you have only dot, that becomes a character. Fine. Vicky, agreed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm proceeding with the next program, that is program number 17. And I am not telling you to follow this particular program only. You can have your own variant of doing that. Now, actually, that's a game, tic-tac-toe game, right? You all must have played that game, that 0 and X, right? So what we are supposed to do, we have to create a program which is actually making us to play that tic-tac-toe game, and at the end there must be someone who can win, or the game can be a tie, right? So what you are supposed to do, let me show you the code, let me show you the output first, and then we will be discussing what to do. So when I'll be running the file, it is telling me, right, it is telling me to enter the name of first player. Let's say I am writing the first player name as Abhiraj, and say next is Vicky, right? So player number 2. Now Abhiraj, we have to provide the row and column. Now you might be knowing this. Tic-tac-toe games looks something like this. 9 square, right? Someone will be entering here, then the second person will be entering here, then third person will first person again will enter here, and the second player will enter here, and if the first person again enters here, if you have a line, then the first player wins. Similarly, if the first person enters here, second enters here, then again here, then again here, then again here. In all these things, the first person is actually winning, but it may happen that no player is winning, right? So that is what the thing is. So I'll be providing row 1, column 1. So you can see the status is this: row 1, column 1. Now Vicky will enter row 1, column 2. So he is entering there. Now let us, Abhiraj will enter row 3, column 1. So now Abhiraj will enter here. Now Vicky's turn. Vicky will be entering row 2, column 3, something like this. Abhiraj 2, 1. So now you can see as pre-consecutive, either diagonally or horizontally or vertically, it becomes the end of the game. It means end of the game, and Abhiraj is winning the game, right? So this is how your status should be. Or it may happen that no one gets the chance to win, and your game can be a draw game, right? So you are supposed to create a game like this. Now this program is little bit lengthy, but doesn't need any major or hi-fi concept. Just the game of arrays and loops, nothing else. You just have to have your logic, and your job will be done, right? So what I'm doing, I'm showing you one way to do this particular program. But if you have another way, if you are getting a good reference from another source which you can create a game, you can very well do that as well, right? So this is just nothing. This is just a while loop and if condition, no more than, in nothing else. As and when you will be debugging, you can if I want to debug, I can go to debug, and then it's a debugging mode. Just a second. So when I write, say, Vicky, you can debug one-to-one line in your debugger, and you can check which line is actually going to debug, which line is actually executing. You can do that, right, in debug mode. Let me show you how to go to debug mode. So first of all, let us copy the code from your side. You can take a snapshot here so that if the lab gets over, you can still do it. So just start copying it. And once it is ready, then we'll be seeing that how to debug a particular code in this NetBeans, right? From here, you can go to the debugger section and you can debug line by line. As you remember, in Turbo C we have F7, right? F7, I can jump from one instruction to another. So right, so this is the first part of the code. Got it, guys? What we are supposed to do? In short, you are supposed to have your tic-tac-toe game. In any way you can make it, but this is one of the simplest way which I feel, because it does not require any kind of hi-fi concept. Also, you can create it with the help of C, right? These all are the concept with C. But if you want to attach anything from Java, then also it's fine. Ultimately, we are interested in getting the things done. Fine. So here is the code. This is the first part. This is the second part. Right? You can very well take the picture of this. So this is the first part. This is second part, and this is the third part. Let me just remove some lines so that it can fit in one screen. Right, so part 1, then part 2, and part 3. Got it, guys? Okay, I'll share. If right now you just copy it, or you can take a picture, I will be uploading this program in your Google Classroom, right? You can use this also, or if you want, you can have your own program to do tic-tac-toe game. This is the print function, print game function, which is actually printing that square 999 square board. Then this is the set game function, which is actually setting the game, right? It is just evaluating the game, right? And this is the loop function, which is continuously determining whether someone is winning or not and setting the game regularly. And this is the program which is just taking the initial values from the user, right? So let me take the attendance meanwhile. There is batch C, right? 7, 4, 21, program 16 and 17. Okay. Yeah, I'll show one more time, Brajesh. Let me take the attendance. Yes, attend your roll calls, everyone. Aryan, Amit, Ruma, Bajrang. Sonu, Aman, Rajiv, Akhilesh. Sonu, Aman, Rajiv, Akhilesh. No one is there? Ankit, Kashish, Rahul, Umang. Mananjay, Sonu, Divyanshu, Bhumika. Chandan, Gagan, Vinay, Abhiraj. Shravan, Rinku, Roshan, Ashish. Shravan, just a second. Shravan, Rinku, Roshan, Ashish. Priyanka, Vicky, Manish, Alsef. Priyanka, Vicky, Manish, Alsef, Brajesh, Rohini, Ravi. Many are absent today. Okay. So Alsef, Gagan, Kashish, Rahul, okay, that's it. Anybody left? Yeah, so I'm just scrolling it one more time, that program, so that you can take the reference if you want. So starting from this, you can take the picture if you want. This is your main function, which is taking the information of user. This is the while loop. This is the while loop, which is continuously executed unless and until someone wins. Or if the number of times is 9, then it will be out of the loop, because obviously you can roll up to 9 times only. Then this is the set game, which is actually setting the game constraint. And this is the print function, which is printing that board. Fine. So that's it from my side. Are you getting the output, Rahul, in this code? If you are getting, then perfectly fine. Yeah, then it's fine. Then it's fine. That is also possible. Fine, if you are getting it. Have any query, then